Have you ever wondered about the soldiers who never made it to the battlefields of Vietnam during the deadly conflict of the 1950s to 1970s? This was a time of great turmoil, when the communist North Vietnam and its allies, the Viet Cong, were locked in a brutal struggle against South Vietnam and its principal ally, the United States. The majority of the fierce combat took place in South Vietnam, which bore the brunt of the casualties. But among these casualties was a group of 74 American soldiers en route to join the conflict, who were swallowed by a different kind of war. Their plane vanished, leaving behind only a trail of questions and a void filled with uncertainty. These soldiers, who were preparing to make the ultimate sacrifice on foreign soil, found themselves facing a different kind of nightmare, one that still haunts us to this day. These soldiers, who were preparing to face the horrors of war, found themselves in a different kind of nightmare altogether. A plane, its crew, and 74 soldiers vanished into thin air. This is not the opening of a science fiction novel, but a stark, haunting reality from the Vietnam War. The aircraft, a beacon of hope and dread, was loaded with U.S. soldiers, each with their own stories, dreams, and families waiting back home. They were heading towards Vietnam, towards the crucible of war. But fate had a different plan. It was an ordinary day when the aircraft took off, its engines roaring against the quiet sky. The soldiers aboard, unaware of the enigma that was about to unfold, were preparing for the trials of war. But as the plane disappeared into the horizon, it also disappeared from the radar. No distress signal, no communication, and no trace of the plane or the men aboard. It was as if they had been swallowed by the sky itself. The disappearance sent shockwaves through the military ranks. Search operations were launched immediately, cutting through the vast expanse of the ocean, combing every possible inch of the flight path. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. The relentless sea and the unforgiving terrain yielded no clues. The hope of finding the missing men dwindled with each passing day. The military used all its resources, deploying search parties, employing advanced technology, even seeking international cooperation. But all efforts were in vain. The aircraft, along with the 74 souls it carried, had disappeared, leaving behind a trail of questions and a void that could never be filled. Families back home clung to their radios, waiting for the good news that never came. The words "missing in action" echoed in their homes, a chilling reminder of the uncertainty that lay ahead. The wait was torturous, the silence deafening, yet they held on to hope, the only thing stronger than their fear. Despite tireless searches, the plane and the men aboard were never found. Their disappearance remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the Vietnam War. A mystery that reminds us of the unpredictable nature of war, the sacrifice of those who serve, and the agonizing uncertainty endured by those left behind. In the absence of concrete evidence, speculations and theories abound. Like a swarm of bees, they buzz around the void left by the missing 74 soldiers. Without a trace of wreckage or the faintest echo of a distress call, the disappearance of the plane en route to Vietnam spirals into a maelstrom of conjecture and supposition. Firstly, we have the theory of a crash and sinking. It's a chilling thought. The aircraft plunging into the vast expanse of the South China Sea. The unforgiving waters, so vast and deep, could easily have swallowed both the soldiers and the aircraft, leaving no trace on the surface. This theory, although grim, would provide a certain closure, a finite end to the journey of the soldiers. But with no wreckage found despite extensive search efforts, this theory remains just that, a theory. Next, we have the whispers of secret operations. Some suggest that the U.S. government, in the fog of war, might have diverted the plane for a covert mission. Could these soldiers have been drafted into an operation so classified, so secret, that their disappearance was part of the plan? It's a theory that stirs intrigue and suspicion, adding a layer of mystery to the already enigmatic situation. Lastly, a more haunting possibility surfaces: enemy capture. Could the plane have been intercepted, plucked from the sky by enemy forces? Were these soldiers taken prisoner by the North Vietnamese or the Viet Cong? This theory, perhaps the most unsettling of all, paints a picture of the soldiers not at rest, but in a state of perpetual limbo, their fate unknown. Each theory carries its own weight of hope and despair, yet none provide the definitive answers we seek. They are like puzzle pieces, fragments that don't quite fit together to form a complete picture. With every passing year, the mystery deepens and the theories multiply. Yet amidst the speculation and conjecture, one fact remains indisputable. 74 soldiers bound for Vietnam vanished without a trace. Soldiers who, whether by accident, design, or an unfathomable twist of fate, never got to Vietnam. Their story, shrouded in mystery, is a poignant reminder of the many sacrifices made during the Vietnam War. Sacrifices made not only on the battlefield, but also in the shadows of the unknown. Behind each missing soldier, a family waits, their hearts heavy with the weight of the unknown. This is the untold story of the Vietnam War. The story of families left behind in the wake of a mystery that remains unsolved. Imagine being a parent, a spouse, a sibling, or a child of one of the 74 soldiers who vanished without a trace en route to Vietnam. Every day you wake up hoping for news, for some sign of life or even closure. But as days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years, the silence becomes deafening. The absence of a loved one is a gaping void that time cannot fill. It's like a wound that never quite heals, a constant reminder of the person who should have been there but isn't. It's a birthday without a celebrant, a family photo with a missing smile, a Christmas dinner with an empty chair. The families of these missing soldiers were thrust into a twilight zone of uncertainty. Not knowing whether to grieve or to hope, they were caught in a cycle of emotional purgatory. The not knowing was a torment in itself, a cruel twist of fate that offered no respite, no end to their suffering. Yet amidst the pain, these families clung to hope. They held vigils, they wrote letters, they petitioned the government for answers. They refused to let the memory of their loved ones fade into oblivion. In their hearts, they kept alive the flame of hope, however faint, that one day they might find out what happened to their missing soldiers. But as the years rolled on, the reality of their situation began to sink in. The chances of their loved ones returning grew slimmer with each passing day, yet they could not let go, for to let go would be to accept that their loved ones were gone forever, and so they continued to wait, their hearts forever marked by the absence of their missing soldiers. An unanswered question, a lingering hope, a void that never fills. This is the legacy of the missing soldiers for their families. Their story is a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure in the face of unimaginable loss and uncertainty. It is a painful reminder of the true cost of war, a cost that extends beyond the battlefield and into the hearts of those left behind. Decades have passed since the disappearance, yet the mystery endures. 74 American soldiers en route to Vietnam vanished without a trace. Despite the passage of time, their fate remains unknown, a haunting enigma that continues to captivate and confound. These soldiers, destined for the battlegrounds of Vietnam, became casualties of a war they never reached. Their story is a poignant reminder of the far-reaching impact of conflict, transcending borders and generations. It's a narrative that takes us beyond the well-trodden path of history, into the realm of the unexplained. Theories abound, each more intriguing than the last. Did the aircraft plunge into the depths of the South China Sea, swallowed by its unforgiving waters? Or was it diverted for a covert mission, its crew unknowingly thrust into the shadows of secret operations? Perhaps the most chilling possibility is that the plane was intercepted by enemy forces. Could the soldiers have been taken prisoner, their identities lost to the annals of war? Each theory brings with it a new set of questions, deepening the mystery surrounding the disappearance. While we may never know what truly happened, the legacy of the incident lives on. It's a testament to the sacrifices made by those who never set foot on Vietnamese soil, their names etched on memorials as a poignant reminder of the cost of war. Their absence, a void that can never be filled, echoes through the generations. They represent more than just numbers. They were sons, brothers, friends. Their story is a testament to the human cost of war, a narrative woven into the broader tapestry of the Vietnam War. As we delve into the annals of history, we are reminded that some mysteries remain unsolved, their answers lost in the echoes of time. The story of these missing soldiers is one such mystery, a poignant reminder of the enduring impact of war. Their fate may remain unknown, but their legacy lives on, a testament to the sacrifices made in the face of conflict.